becomes like a normal iron shot. But if I'm going for this black basket right out here, the first thing I want to do is make sure that my stance is open to the target. And so what I mean by open is my feet are pointing left and my shoulders are pointing left, okay? And the reason for that is because this is a largely upper body rotational swing, okay? We don't really use too much of our lower body. You are going to turn, but the reason we keep our hips open is because that allows us to just come straight back with the club here, and then I have to do not too much turning with my lower body going through. If I'm square on a shot like this and it's only going 30 yards, that means that I have to bring the club back here with a large hip turn, which is not ideal because now I have to have a large hip turn going through, which I just think we have too many moving parts at that point. So what I'm doing is I'm moving apart first with my pre-swing right away, and so that way I have less moving parts and I can only use my upper body. Hopefully go in close enough, all right? The other thing is a little bit of weight stacked. Pete, I was noticing this with you a little bit too much weight on your back side. So when we have that, that exposes the leading edge, okay? Because now I've positioned my swing arc, the bottom of my swing arc is now behind the golf ball, okay? So my swing arc, I'm coming down, 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 down until I get to my sternum, and now I'm going up, up, up the rest of the way. So if my swing arc is now positioned behind the golf ball, I'm gonna skull it every time with the wedge. So in order to avoid that, gotta make sure your sternum is at least on top of the golf ball, but I'd like to see it a little bit forward, especially if you've got a problem with making contact coming down on the ball first, okay? And the only way you're gonna come down on the ball first is if you position your swing arc in front of the golf ball. So
your sternum
right,
either
so
on the ball or in front of the ball.
Absolutely, absolutely. It cannot, and that's the other thing is people talk about keeping your head still or whatever. Really what you're doing is you're just trying to position your swing arc not back here. If I follow my club back, look what happens. I'm going to be hitting back here the whole time. So I got to at least keep myself forward. Steve Stricker, probably the best chip hitter pitcher ever, he likes to just really like slide his head forward a little bit. And that might be too dramatic, but even if you just have the feeling of it, I'm still open stance. Okay, most of my weight is on my left side, and now I just try to make one moving part, and that's it. Okay, but if anything, I almost feel a little bit uncomfortable with a shot of this length. Now, if I'm hitting a chip, that's great. I'll get pretty far forward to make sure I make really good contact. But on a shot like this, you can stay pretty centered, I think. Staying nice and centered with an open stance, but my club face is directly on my target. So I think I forgot to mention that. The first thing we gotta do it, is club face first at the target, so I constantly check to make sure that I'm lined up, and now I'm open to that. So my feet are here. My club is here.